In today's step-by-step Procreate tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to draw this cute winter girl character with a nice snowy background. Before we begin, you can download the brushes and color palette we will use in the video description below. Now if you are ready, let's grab our pencils and get started. The size of the canvas is 2000 by 2500 pixels. This time to draw our cute winter girl, we will start with a sketch. First make it rough to define the proportions and angles. After that we will clean it up and add individuality to the character. In the second part of the video, we will paint it using my custom brushes from the free texture and patterns brush set. If you like using my free brushes and learning Procreate with free YouTube tutorials, you may also want to check out my Patreon for more advanced video tutorials and premium brushes. You'll find a link to it in the video description. Now with that being said, let's get straight to the point. For sketching I usually use 6B pencil from Procreate sketching section. So let's go ahead and select it. The size can be set to around 25%, but of course you can make it smaller for thinner lines. Also I'm going to change the background color into some other, only for you to see the lines better on the screen. But you can keep it white. I think I'll use color 17 from the palette. And for the sketch let's select color 8. Let's now draw a horizontal line on top. It'll be the top of the head. And then another one under it. This is the head size. Now at the same distance, let's draw another line. This will be for the body. Let's take approximately half of the distance and draw a line for the legs. Now we can add a square inside this part for the shape of the head. Now in this gap, let's add a line that will go with an angle. Another one on the right side. And then one more. The girl will be a little bit turned. This will be the shoulder. So we can draw two lines like this. And then two more on the left. Let's now add simple shapes for the hands, also on this side, and then just draw two lines for the legs. Add two more ovals. This one on the left will go a little bit to the side. Now we can start working on the head. Here we can put a small neck. Let's add another line for the hair. And then divide this one into two equal parts. This is where we will draw the eyes. So let's add a line here. So the head will be turned. Now we can draw the big eye on the right. Just as a circle or an oval. Like this. Let me outline it a little bit more. And on the left it'll look a little bit different. So we can draw another oval. But since the head is turned, we will see it like this. Let me adjust the shapes. For now it looks like a robot. So now on this line, at the end of the eyes, we can put nose. Also keep it very simple. Also make it as an oval like this. Now we can draw an arc on the left. Go down a little bit. And add a small curve on the same level as the eye. And then go down with the cheek. It'll go this way. Down to this line, and then we can draw on the right. Make a slightly different arc, just make it bigger, and then also go down. Now we just need to connect these two sides with a line. These are the baby proportions. Now let's draw a cute mouth here, under the nose. Let's make it wide open. like she is laughing or smiling, to keep her cute. I will also make a couple of adjustments. Make the nose more like an oval. And now to turn the head, we can go to Selection, switch to Freehand, and outline it like this. We don't need the lines, just the head. Let's connect it. Then click on the arrow and rotate it a little bit counterclockwise. Just like this, like she's looking a little bit down. That's better. Now we need to create another layer above this one to clean the sketch. Let's also lower the opacity of the rough sketch, like this. I will just make it slightly visible, at around 20% or so, and we can work on this new layer. Let's keep using the same brush, and the same size, and first work on the head. Add some distance from top. Let's draw a curve for the hair. Go down a little, and then to the head. Now we can also put another curve, going more to the left, and then just connect it to the face. Let's add a few lines on the forehead. The first one, then one more. We can put a curve on the right side for it, and then draw like this. Then draw another curve that will go inside the face. And after that I will continue this line. Go to the right and down, connecting these two. Let's also outline the face next. Starting from the left side and connect it to the hair on the right. After we did this, we can also outline the nose, as it is, and then the mouth. Let's draw this arc at the bottom, and then work on the eyes. Start with the big one, outline it, connect it at the lower side, and then also draw this one on the left. Now let's add eyelids, just as two more arcs. Let's also draw here, and after that add irises. Make them big, for the cuteness. Alright, the face is ready. We can draw the head on top. Start with the fluffy part, because it is winter. We can put a small curve, and then go down on the right. Connect it to the hair at the bottom. Now let's draw this part. Also make it rather big. Draw an arc here, and then another fluffy part on top. Just a few curves. I will adjust it quickly. And now it is also ready. We can start working on the body. And first draw a scarf. It will have two shapes. This one on the left side, and another one on the right. It can have a couple curves. Now we need to connect them and also determine the shape for the shoulder. We have it here in this corner. So the curve will go up here. We can make it rounded and then go down. Let's now add a sleeve on the right. Continue this line and put a fluffy shape here. Make it not very big. It will be a nice warm coat with the fur. This sleeve is ready. Let's add a cute mitten. Just draw two simple shapes like this. Let me adjust this part a little bit. Now it's ready. We can draw the sleeve on the left. Try to keep the angle. So let's add the side for the coat. Then put a fluffy part. Let it go this way. We can see half of it. And now we can draw two more curves for the lower side of the coat. But then add the fluffy part at the bottom. Let's continue this line. Also this one. And after that finish it on the left. It can go this way. Then a small curve, connecting these two lines. Now we can just draw an arc for the mitten. It is covered by the coat. Okay, let's now continue this line for the cute pants. Draw two shorter lines here and connect them with a small arc. Let's also add the fluffy part for the boots. So we can draw two arcs here and then a curve like this. Do the same on this side. A couple adjustments. I just want to keep it clean. Let's now continue these lines. Connect them at the lower side. Let's make it a little bit more rounded, so we can use liquify to push it. Now I like it better, and this one will look a little bit to the side. So let's start with the right side, and then draw on the left like this. Then we also need to connect them with another arc. Let me check it out. We will work on the background later, when coloring, and now we can fix some of the parts. For example, continue the scarf from here, so it'll cover the cheek, just a little bit, and also go above the hair and the head. So here we can erase it. And now it is fine. We can just add a button here. Let me switch back to brush and just draw an oval, like this. We don't need this layer anymore, and I will set background to white, so we can continue working. Now in the second part of the tutorial, we will start applying base colors and shading. First we need to lower the opacity of the sketch. I'll set it to 40%, but you can make it even lower. Now let's add a layer under the sketch and start painting the scarf. It'll have this red color number 18. Now from the brush set that has textures and patterns, let's grab textured liner brush and set it to 10%. We need to outline both shapes. Start from here. Then make this curve. We can connect them right away. And then try to fill. Let's just start dragging the color inside it. And if we slide the pencil to the sides, we can adjust color drop threshold, this way removing the gaps. Now we can go to the right side. Make this big curve. And then it will go down on the right. A few more curves over here. And we also need to connect it at the lower side. with the last big curve. Let's make this one. I will make sure the line is closed everywhere. And now we can fill this one too. This time I will slide to the left. I'm using this brush to get slightly textured edges. We can check it. It looks like this. Not perfect. In the next step, we can draw the hair. And for that, let's add a layer underneath. I will select color number 9. And this is actually the color of the hair that I have now. So it's like I'm drawing myself. We can also outline the hair. Starting from the left edge. Then it goes down. And actually the haircut is also same as I have. We can say that I use myself as a reference. Let's now draw this side of the face. It is curvy. Let's also close this side. And draw this hair on top. It has a few curves. 1, 2, and 3. I'll make it more rounded. And then it goes down. Another curve here. And now we can draw this big arc. Let's not forget to close it here, under the scarf, so we can fill the shape. Need to adjust color drop threshold, and it is done. We can finish the face. For that we will need another layer, so let's create it under the hair. We can use this skin color number 1. And instead of using the brush, we can just go ahead and pick selection. Set it to freehand and outline a shape behind the hair. Let's just make sure it doesn't go outside the hair here. And then we need to tap here to close it. Then if we click color fill, we will get the shape. Now we can deselect. And next I want to draw the eyes. Let's also create a new layer for it. So we can start with the dark part. I actually have green eyes, but to make this picture more vibrant, I used brown color for the eyes. It will also match with some other parts. Let me grab color number 7 and draw these two ovals. The first one, and the second one on the right. And then drag the color inside the eyes, just to fill both circles. We can adjust them after that. And now we can shade these two parts. For that we just need to alpha lock the layer and pick a darker color number 8. We can use the same brush, but make the size bigger, to make it more textured. Let it be around 50%. And we need to make strokes on top, for the shadows. It can go this way, maybe a little lower. And then we can do the same on the second eye. Just draw an arc on top of the shape. Now let's make the size smaller. And draw a line around it, at the lower side. Just to outline it all. Like this. Now we can create another layer under this one to draw the white part. Actually, I don't want to make it pure white, so I added this color number 6. It is very light gray. Let's set the size to 10% as it was. And draw 2 more ovals around the dark ones. Let's also draw this shape. It looks slightly different and has this rounded corner on the right. This is the shape for the eyes that we selected. Let's also fill these 2 parts. Now we can actually go back to this layer, where we have dark color, and remove alpha lock from it. Then select dark color number 8 again, and draw the eyelids on top. Here we can make the size smaller, to create the corners. Let's draw the first arc on top. It goes down. And then the lower side of it. This way. Let's try to fill this one. I will slide more to the left, and then adjust the edges. Now we can do the same on the right. Here it also looks a little bit different. So let's outline it following the sketch. Draw the lower side of it, but keep it slightly textured, so it matches with the style. Now let's drag the color inside the shape too. In the end, we only need to add light reflections, and here we can use white. Let's select it from the background and draw 2 tiny circles. We can make the size a little bigger here. Let's add this one here in the corner. And then on the right eye, somewhere here. We can make them a little bit bigger. And now we can remove the sketch to check. Let's paint inside them. And this is what we will get in the end. Let's bring back the sketch and draw this tiny cute eyebrow. The second one is hidden behind the hair, so we can draw only this one. Let's stay on the same layer and pick color number 5. Set the size to 10%, so we have the same texture. And just draw the shape. Since it is small, we can paint it manually inside, without filling. Just like this. To add some cuteness, we can draw this tiny cute pink nose, using color number 2. It has this nice shape of an oval, so we can just draw it this way. And for the shadow, let's select next color number 3. Just draw a line at the bottom. It can go a little bit lower. Like this. Now let's tap and hold here to switch back to the previous color. And draw the mouth, also following the sketch. I think here we can make the size a little bit lower, because it has the sharp corners. Let's draw the first arc on top, and then connect it with another one at the bottom. Closing the shape, and then filling it. Now let's add the shadow inside the mouth. So we can remove the sketch for now, to see the edges better. And drag some dark color, it will be number 4. Also, to stay inside the shape, we can go ahead and alpha lock this layer for now. Let's first make the size a little bit bigger and paint in this corner, just like this. It can go a little bit down. Now let's lower the size back again and make a stroke on top, just to add a thin line. It goes to the right side, and after that we need to draw at the bottom, just like this. Let's make it a little bit wider here, just a little bit, and then it will go up from this point. We need to connect these two lines. Let's have a look at it from distance. Maybe I will adjust this corner a little bit. And actually it is ready. Let's use the sketch again and see what we can paint next. We will do the shading for the hair and scarf later, and right now I think we can draw the head. Let's also do it on another layer. We can create it under the head, somewhere here, and apply the light color for the fur. It will be number 15. Let's outline this part, right above the hair. I want to make sure that the size is set to 10%, so the lines look similar. And now we can start drawing. Let's go to the right side. Draw this small curve. And then continue to go down. Behind the scarf. Now we need to close the shape. So let's just connect it like this. And then fill it. This color is very light, but later we'll add shading on it. We can actually now stay on the same layer and draw this fluffy part on the head. Also outline it. It has these curves on top. And an arc at the bottom. We need to connect it. And then drag the color. You may need to slide to the sides to adjust color of threshold, so it works fine. Alright, now we can apply the base color on the main part of the head. So we can put another layer under this one. And drag this nice green color number 12. I like such pastel colors, they look very nice. So the size is still at 10%, and we need to draw this arc. I'll do it carefully like this. Then it goes up first. We can match it with the fluffy part, and after that go down. Let's also close it. Just connect the lines, and after that fill. Like this. Now let's continue going down and see what we can paint next. I think we can add these fluffy parts on the coat. It'll have the same color as the head. So let's select it. And I think we can go to the layer with the fluffy part of the head, since these two layers are not intersecting. So we can just draw it like this. Outline the small shape on the right sleeve. Close it. And fill it right away. Now let's outline these two parts. The first one. We can actually draw them both at once. So let's draw at the lower side. And we can connect it like this, with a line. Now let's draw another curve that goes this way. Then up like this. And we also need to connect it right here. Let's try to fill this one. It worked at my end. So we can draw the last fluffy part on the sleeve, on the opposite side. Let's connect them and then drag the color. Before we paint the coat, we can draw these cute mittens. So we can add a layer above. Mittens will have color number 22. Same as boots. So let's draw the first shape here. The small one. And then a bigger arc. Let's draw another arc here, just to connect the lines. And then fill it like this. I will slide to the right, so it's not too textured. Actually, later when we remove the sketch, we can adjust all the edges. Right now we can just draw the second mitten on the opposite side. It also looks very simple, like this. All we need to do is fill it. Now let's stay on the same layer and draw the boots using the same color. Just like this. This one is turned to the left side a little bit. So let's make this curve and then go up. Let's connect it and try to fill. Now we can paint the second one. This one goes straight, so we will shade it differently. Right now we just need to draw the shape, two curves on the sides, and then at the bottom. Let's also fill this one. Alright. And now we can add the fluffy part. I think we can even go to the previous layer number 8. This is where we have the fur for the head, the coat, and we will also have it for the boots. We can even select this color from the coat and draw these two shapes. Here we just need to match the line, then draw the upper side, go down, and just connect it. Let's fill the first shape and then draw the second one. Like this. This small curve on the right side, and then I'm filling it. Okay, now we only need to paint the coat and pants. After that, add this tiny button. Alright, let's select the color from the head and even go to the same layer. It was number 9. Let's outline it here on the side, then this sleeve, now we can go down to the right side and just connect all the lines. So we can fill the shape. Let me try to do it. I want to adjust color drop threshold, so I will do it once again and fix the edges where needed. Now we can also draw the pants. Let's make them dark with color 23. I think we can even stay right here because they're not touching and it will be easy to shade. We just need to draw these two lines on the sides and then this curve with rounded corners. Now let's close the invisible part on top and at the bottom. and then try to fill. To draw the button, we can go to the layer with the mittens and the boots, because it is above the layer with the fur. We can select color number 21 and just draw this oval. Let's paint inside it manually to keep it a little bit textured. And now it is ready. Let's remove the sketch and see. I think it turned out quite nice. So now we can start shading it. I want to start with a scarf. So let's go to layer number 3 and apply alpha lock on it. For the shading of the scarf, we can apply color number 19. That is slightly darker than the base color. Let's first add a line here at the bottom. We can increase the size of the brush a little bit and just make a stroke like this to add a small shadow. Let's now lower the size again and separate these two parts from each other. Just continue this arc. We can draw a shape like this with a triangle and then just paint it. Let's add another one on this side. It looks almost like Nike logo. So let's just paint it. Make it a little bit wider. This way. Also put another shadow at the lower side of it, just to add some dimension and shading. Now let's also shade it on the right. First let's put an arc this way. Just paint all this part. Then draw another triangle. And go a little up. Like this. Like it has a few layers. We can draw a line with a smaller size. And next work on the hair. Here we can use the sketch. Let's go to the layer with the hair and apply alpha lock on it. I think we can also lower the opacity of the sketch to make the lines not so visible. And here we can apply a few colors. Starting with color number 10. Let's first separate the hair strands from each other. Starting from this one. Let's make the size a little bit bigger and draw a shape like this. First follow this curve. And make it like this. Let's paint it all inside. And after that put a shadow right here. Also paint this triangle. Now let's draw on this one and the lower side. Then also draw on this one. Keep it textured like this. And do the same on these two. Just draw at the bottom of it. And now we can put a cast shadow under the head. So let's start drawing from here. And go all the way like this. We can now paint it all. Let's also keep it slightly textured. And after that, go to the right to put a shadow on this hair strand. Let's make it a little bit wider here on the curve. And then also paint it. Go down on this edge. Now let's go a little bit darker with color number 11. Set the size to around 8%. And first draw this line. Match it here. Then draw another line at the bottom like this. Then also draw here. Let's put another darker shadow and add this line. After that, we can increase the size a little, like to 19%, and put another shadow around the head. Go down and to the right, like this. Let's lower it again and draw the last line here. Now we can remove the sketch, and this is what we will get. Now the hair is ready. We can work on the face and add a cast shadow under the hair. But first let's merge these two layers and go to the layer with the head. We can also apply alpha lock on it. Let's select this pink color. We can pick it from the mouth. Then make the size a little bit bigger and try to repeat the shapes of these hair strands. Let's draw under this one. Go a little bit down. Then also here. Just make an arc like this. And then it will go more to the right. We can first put a curve like this. It can go a little wider, even parallel to the hair strand. And then more down to finish this shadow. Now we can also put another one on the cheek. Now it is also ready. We can work on the head. Let's go to the layer where we have the green color and also alpha lock it. Let's first pick color number 13. Also make the size a little bit bigger, at around 27%. And paint this triangle in the corner. After that, also draw on the right. First make a curve. That will go this way. And now we can just paint this area. That goes all the way to the right. Now let's pick a darker tone, that is number 14. Make the size a little bit smaller, can be 9%. And put another shape here, just as a fold. A small triangle. Now when it is ready, we can also work on the coat, since we have it on the same layer. Let's tap and hold on this one to go back to the previous color, so we can put another shadow. We can make the size a little bit bigger and first apply a cast shadow under the scarf. Let's start from here and just draw a curve that will go to the shoulder. Let's paint it like this, and then it will transition to the right side of the sleeve. Like this. Now we can also put another curve on this side, also under the scarf. We may need this sketch here, so let's activate it to see these lines inside. So let's put another shadow to separate the sleeve from the body. First make a curve like this on the left side. Then shade the left side of this sleeve. Just draw a triangle that will be slightly curvy. Like this. And now we can put one more shadow. It will start from here and also go as an arc. Let's make it a little bit bigger maybe. And then just paint it as well. I'm keeping this nice texture. Now we can only add some details using this dark color number 20. So we can set the size to 10% and draw this line. Also on this side, we just need to match it with the fluffy part. Like this. Now it is also done. I think we can work on the pants. We also have it here, and the layer is already locked. All we need to do is select this dark color number 24 and draw this cast shadow. We can already remove the sketch. Also increase the brush size to around 20% and draw under the coat. Go to this side, and here we can just put an arc. Now let's just paint it all above the lines. Now it is done. Now we can work on the mittens. So let's go to layer number 10. Apply alpha lock on it, so the color won't go outside. We used color number 22 to draw them, so we can shade them with color 21. Keep it simple. So let's draw under this furry part. Go to the right side a little bit, and then put an arc on the right. Let's paint it all like this. Continue this shadow, and then just outline it all. On the lower side. To shade this one, we can just draw like this. Keep it highlighted on the left. Now after we did that, let's work on the boots. First we can create a cast shadow that comes from the fur. Let's repeat the shape. Make it curvy like this, and then shade it on the right. Go down and to the left. Let's paint this area and make it different on the right side. So here we can create a shape like this. Let's lower the brush size first and draw an arc like this. Let's continue it going to the right side. Then we can make the size bigger. Paint it here. Continue going down and make it curvy at the bottom. Let's work on it a little more. Make this one a little bit wider. Like this. Now I think I like it. After we did that, we just need to finish the furry parts. So we need to go to layer number 8. Let's also apply alpha lock on it. And add some shadows. But before doing that, since these parts are very light, we can add something on the background. This way we will just see the lines better. So let's go ahead and create a layer under all layers. Then select color 25 and draw a circle behind the character. We can make the size bigger here at around 17% and start drawing a circle. Let's wait a second and then tap on the canvas to make it perfect. Now we can scale it. Let's also fill it, so we can start dragging the color and adjust color draw threshold. Now let's go to transformation and move it. We can also try to scale it, make it slightly bigger, like this. It can also go a little bit down. And now I think it is fine. I just want to center it to keep the same distance on the sides, also on top and at the bottom. Alright, now we can continue working on the light parts. So let's go back to layer number 8. And since we already alpha locked it, we can just apply the colors. Starting with color number 16. Let's first add a curve here, at the lower side of it. Now let's paint it all like this, under the line. And after that we can work on this part. So we can just continue it here. Make an arc first. Let's go a little bit lower. And then to the right. Keep a thin line at the bottom. So let's just go more to the right side. This way. A little more. And then up. Now let's paint it here. Also at the bottom. And the entire area here. So we can make the size bigger to make it faster. And also make it more textured. Now let's add a darker tone. That is number 17. Just draw another arc here. And after that paint under it. Just like this. Now let's tap and hold to get the previous color. And work on the fluffy part here. So we can put a shadow on the right side. Let's lower the brush size a little bit. And go a little down. Paint it on the right as well. Here we can put another shadow, just as an arc first. Let's also activate the sketch to see this line. So we can start from here and paint in the corner. Go slightly up. Then draw on the left side of it. Here we can make it almost parallel to the upper side. So let's make the first arc. I think we can make it from here, then this way, and after that just paint under it. Let's make the size slightly bigger. And now it is done. To separate these two parts from each other, we can switch to color 17. Lower the brush size and draw this line over here. Go down. We can now remove the sketch. To see what we got. To finish shading here, let's tap and hold on the color again, so we can put a shadow under the button. Let's draw around it on the right side and a little bit under it. We can also add these lines that will go up and down. We also need to add some shadows on the boots. So let's just continue this line, go down, and a little bit to the left. Put the shadow on the right side. Now let's do the same here. We can just put a curve like this, and then go to the left. Also paint this area on the right side. Now I like how it looks. The girl is almost ready. Let's see what else we can add here. I think we can keep it for now and finish the background. Let's first create a layer above the circle. And after that select color 26. Now let's go to selection and switch to rectangle. Let's just outline a rectangular shape at the lower half. Go a little above the circle, like this. Now we can deselect it, go to adjustments and apply Gaussian blur. We just need to slide to the right side to remove this border. Also the lower side of the circle will be hidden behind this pink color. If we go back to transformation and switch to freeform, we can stretch it up or down. I want to keep it like this. Now we need to add the ground where the girl will be standing. For that we need to add a layer above this one and select color number 27. The size can be set to around 13% and we just need to draw a shape that goes outside the circle. Let's add some curves here. Go to the right side. Add a few more. And then finish it at the lower side. Let's go more to the right. And now we can fill it. Let's put a smaller shape on the left side. Then pick the last color from the palette, it's number 28, and add some outlines. The size is set to 10%, so we can put a line here. Then add another shape this way. And on the right. Now it is done. To add some winter mood to the illustration, let's put some snow. So we can select white color from the background, the upper side of it. Or you can just go to the color disk. Let's now create a layer on top of this one. Go to the brush set and select fine sandy texture. Let's also set it to full opacity and size. And make a stroke all over the canvas. Let's make another one. And to make the snowflakes bigger, we can just scale it using uniform transformation. We can also drag it around the canvas and move it however we want. I think I will make a few more strokes to get more snow, but this time keep them small. Also, to add some texture in the end, we can do this. Go to the top layer and add another one on top of it. Let's set it to soft light and select black color. We can do it in the color disk. We just need to double tap here at the bottom and then select the texture with cracks. It can be this one, called Subtle Cracks Textured. Now let's make another stroke all over the canvas. If you like, you can lift the pencil up, rotate it a little bit, and make a few more strokes on some other parts to add more texture. But I want to remove it from the face. So we can just select Eraser, set it to medium harder brush, and erase it. I want to keep the face clean. And now, after this final step, our cute winter character illustration is complete. If you like this tutorial, I will appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon!